Rina and Benny. And
Hey, what's up, guys?
with Benny's burst and
Robots.
then switch to Chaska, he ends up dealing around 95,000 damage, which includes his skill damage, burst, the 6 hypersense attacks, and the reactions he causes like Overload and Electro Charge. So for a guy who just quickly does his skill and burst and switches out, not bad. Keep in mind, this is still Constellation Zero performance, and he is using Felonious Bow, since he really needs to have his burst ready at all times, for a reason I'll explain later in team section. But yeah, if you manage to trigger his burst consistently without Felonious Bow, and nobody else in the party needs extra energy from the weapon's passive, going with another damaging option is obviously going to improve his damage. For example, a 5-star stat stick like Aqua Simulacra can easily boost his damage to 145k. Start your day with a creamy cup of soup. Just before, add hot water. Stir and wait for 1 minute. Make good morning by almost 55% extra damage. And because of the way his kit works, most 4-star and 5-star weapons function really well on him. So if 4-star like Stringless for example is great on him, just keep in mind this overall damage I showcased with that team is probably one of the best ones for his personal damage right now. And in any other team comps, he will usually deal less damage, unless they include Natlin units, since they help him trigger those hypersense attacks. Yeah, his first passive is needlessly complex, so I wrote down how it works in dumbed down version, and overall, his damage is pretty decent for C0 performance. But let's talk about the most critical thing about it. So, as I said, the scroll artifact set is vital for Auroran's function as a strong team member, since essentially he can easily boost everyone's damage when he causes reactions. However, that's not to say he doesn't have his own peculiar, let's say, problems. Okay, so for example, I really like this Ayato soup team. It's made up of him, Benny, and Kazuha. Now, here's the tricky part. If you use something like Ayato Spurt and
Camping.
apply Hydro on enemy, then switch to Auroran, and he only does his skill, if it's a single enemy, due to the timing issues, he will not be in his natural state when Electro Charge happens, and only ends up boosting damage by 12% instead of the 40% you could get. Now, there are two solutions. Either you fight two enemies who both have Hydro Aura on them, and then that skill is enough to trigger the scroll sets up at full max 40%, since the skill bounce or the Electro Charge bounce won't fully trigger it, or just use his burst, which will then be able to fully trigger the scroll set without any problems. In a nutshell, if you want to guarantee the scroll set to work after any Hydra application against a single enemy, just use the burst. Hence why it's best to have the burst ready whenever you switch to him. There are other peculiar situations with him, some that are more beneficial to be honest, but they are extremely niche. So let's talk about his teams instead. And man, he works in so many of them. Obviously, you may have already seen it, but he is Chaska's best teammate to help boost all her elemental bullets damage. So that's a no-brainer team. But then, if we look at other options, he can work quite well in a free-to-play taser comp with Sucrose, Shincho, and Beto. Or if you want to go detective mode, use Hazel. And Fischl instead of Beto is also great. Then I even tested, and the good old national team can be boosted by his scroll set. All three elements will receive the 40% damage bonus. And of course, as I mentioned, this Ayato team works very nicely. I kind of forgot how brain dead fun his slashing is. And now his hydro damage is boosted twice, both by Kazuha and Auroran. In fact, same can be done with the legendary or Trees Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal team comp, where Farida, Nivelette, and Jean work super well together with Auroran. I'm telling you, these are just but a few teams I've shown since, basically, if you can find a way to reliably trigger the scroll set, he can be absolutely included in any team comp, since the damage boost is no joke, and even his own personal performance is pretty decent, although it definitely becomes better with constellations. Let me show you. Okay, time for some power-ups. So the first constellation has a big wall of text, but what it essentially does is that the skill will mark any enemy hit, and then for 12 seconds, they will take 50% more damage from the hypersense attacks, which is actually pretty nice, and this is the calculated boost to his overall damage after C1. Then, the second constellation will modify his burst, and now when he uses it, for 9 seconds he gains 8% electro damage by default, and then 8% more for each unique target it hits, for up to maximum of 32% electro damage. So, against one target, that's going to be 16%, and then with 3 targets, he can max this out. Wait, I've seen this somewhere before. Anyway, third and fifth constellations just give his burst and skill plus 3 levels. Honestly, they don't do that much
Wow.
damage, so this is also not that amazing. However,
Can
C4 is actually
revive?
pretty awesome since now the burst rotates 25% faster, and you can see the rotation speed difference here. So faster damage and electro application, but on top of that, after casting burst, he gains 8 energy.
Guys,
So
What?
effectively, his burst cost goes from
it's so
60 to
red.
51 with second
Perfect.
passive to 45 with scroll set, and
Guys,
then finally gets
What?
reduced to 37 with this
stop it.
upgrade, and
Guys,
almost entirely
no,
fixes
guys,
his ER
open.
issues. And you can just go with ER substats and
Shut
DPS
up
weapon.
the
Now, finally,
wood.
whenever you unlock his C6, maybe by the
The
time Genshin
wood.
2 arrives, after triggering Hypersense, the active character's attack increases by 10% for 9 seconds, up to 3 times. So, 30% attack for someone who's on field when the
Shut
hypersenses keep
the
happening. And then on top
wood.
of that, after using Auroran's burst, he will fire off one enhanced hypersense attack with a 200% multiplier of the original attack, which is a nice number you can look at. Overall, his constellations mostly boost his damage and electro application, while C4 helps him restore more energy, and I would say if you want to badly get more copies, stopping at C1 is totally fine, but C4 is good enough. Honestly, his C6 isn't that crazy like Farazan or Goros, which is actually nice for once, and his entire kit works without needing high-end constellations. So, what do I think about Warren? Well, I am happy with his performance. And of course, a lot of that is being carried by the scroll set, even if it has some of its peculiarities when it comes to triggering it. But still, even at C0, single target damage is fine, while against multiple targets, he will do better. And then extra constellations will only further improve his performance, as you can see the C6 footage I'm showcasing here. Like, I think if you don't want to wait around for another scroll set user who can interact with multiple elements easily, then he is a good unit to pull for. And if you are getting Chaska and get Oran from your pulls, I definitely recommend raising him for her. Also, I didn't talk about this, but the high jump he can perform is seriously good for traversal. Like, look at how easily he can scale here from the ground to the roof, while other units like Kaza could dream about this. And in Natlan, he can enable near infinite flight time with Chaska. So, I mean, this guy has some great value both for exploration and combat. Anyway, hope you found this video useful, and I would really appreciate it if you could press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
But the why? Guys, the why?
Why not?
But no, not Ew!
Moving forward, make lights, look up, hold your hair. Typing motion, pull it back, jump forward, pelvic bumps. You got it! Now all we need to do is run it all together and do it at full speed. I must say, Jumpers, this dancing is quite distracting. I've completely forgotten that we're trapped here in this death box, inspected by Bozo Beverly between clown shows. You know what, sir? I don't think you are thrusting your butt enough before the ringing lights. Yes, yes. I felt that.
die.
Up that hill. Back to the top. Okay, I was here. 5, 6, 7, 8. NYPD, hands in the air! You're under arrest. We'll read you your rights on the pedal pump. Charles? Come on, put on the zip ties! Whoa!
Hey, it's taking so long.
Look, I can do it safely or I can do it quickly.
Do it quickly.
I can't do it quickly. Call my bluff.
Oh, my throat.
Expect that, Bob. We're going to have street lights. Hold now. We stage a fight. When the sheriff comes in to break it up, we take him down. Pretty fucking right. We got us a jail time. Why is he coming in? Well, maybe he's not buying it. It'd be harder to hurt him.
Huh?
What did you have to kill him? Now you probably love that girl. But you know what he means. Just deal with the other side for you. I can't stay mad at you. I probably. Huh? Oh, okay. No. It's a working right now. I have so. Stop. I can't. No. Stop. What are you doing? 2016, man. This is on you.
Rosa, do you need to listen to that?
Ah!
Add more.
Oh my God. Guys.
Or I will hack your account.
Did you know you could juice nuts? What?
Just.
2 seconds away from juicing, Ellen. Right, it's time to put the sword.
Guys. Look at that. Sit order on my.
She's a medical
Sit
professional,
order.
okay? Would you keep a doctor on a leash?
That dog does not help you with your gut pain. You just want excess to bring her everywhere. Your dog fraud. Come on. Fraud dog. Fraud dog. Fraud dog. Fraud dog. Fraud dog.
Whoa, both of you outside now.
There's the buyer.
Guys.
Maybe he's
What
just actually
this guys?
Huh?
I isn't making
What
it out.
Okay, it's us.
Rojo.
Excuse me. Oh, hey. We were just looking for a place to,
Boink.
Yep. White. That's my preferred term for it as well. I get it. Newly engaged kids. Enjoy. Good. Kept our cover. Check this work.
Quick professional thinking out there. Very, very professional.
Check it.
Check it.
What?
Happy.
So how's the restaurant?
Such a normal time.
Are you being weird? Amy and I kiss.
What? To keep our cover from getting blown, we didn't have a choice.
Tell me everything! Charles, it was just a kiss, okay? It was for work, it was nothing.
Yeah, who cares about a kiss? Call me if you grab each other's asses.
So, here's how our thing is gonna go. Every hotel safe has an override code in case guests leave it locked. That code is kept on the concierge's computer.
Do you know who this is? This is Mac Daniel, the most popular male ASMR performer on Twitch.
ASMR performer?
Someone who speaks real songs. We're trying to stream, and the noise on the 8th floor is unacceptable.
Guys.
I'm outside this film.
I'm so sorry, I can't hear you.
Point, Georgina. This is taking too long. Make a video.
Haha.
25 million subscribers to never stay at this crap hotel.
No. I'll take care of it. Let me talk to my general manager.
Guys.
What?
Don't you strain your beautiful voice.
Boy, Lark,
Yeah.
I want you working the J Street Axe Murder.
Ooh, we're the butcher bimbos.
Nope.
The butcher babes. Nope. Detective Boyle and his little
No.
butcher buddy. Oh, I like that.
Now that that's been sorted, are there any questions?
Yes, I have a question. Captain Jeffords, are you ready for the Halloween heist?
What are you doing, Peralta? Last year with the final heist, we all agreed it was over.
Ah, Terry, you jolly simpleton. That was obviously a ruse. I mean, did you really think I was going to let Hitchcock win the last heist? That would be crazy. Hitchcock? It would have been unforgivable.
That's true. It felt wrong. I know someone who's it. The old janitor, which is actually Deputy Commissioner Brendan Holmes.
And he's not the only one. I'm in too.
Me too. Out of my. Gino Vanetti.
That's right, Terry. This is happening every year. We're in each other's lives forever, whether you like it or not. So, what do you say, Captain? Are we doing this?
What I say is,
I call the game Real Ray or Fake Ray. And joining us is a very special contestant, Captain Ray Hulk himself. All right.
Why is the meat on your hands?
You tell me if I
In
make
your hand. Look.
it's something that's happening real
Wow.
and realize
Here.
you're an actual human being.
I understand the logic.
Great.
That's fine.
The futility of lighting candles.
Bye.
Just one reason I find children's birthday parties impractical.
Oh.
Hey,
I say fake too. I don't remember saying it's a romantic thing.
It was real! Terry's kids at their birthday party.
Oh, I remember now. Do another one.
All right, phrase number 2. Any smile that lasts longer than a second and a half is a con man's weakness.
Fake one.
I said it.
The eat.
Yeah.
why don't you get in there with him?
What the heck?
Dad.
What?
Kids just got me a digital picture frame.
All right, everybody say night.
I know.
Raymond, I love the scowl, but could you slump your shoulders a bit more? Remember, you're a man who just lost everything.
Ha ha ha! Get noob.
Dad.
What?
We got it, bro.
Well, I think I got Finish first.
Is Kelly like, what just happened?
What just happened?
You've been hacked. You see, when you handed me your online phone just now to snap that phone, I cloned it to a secure network site.
When you handed one to your love,
Already said that.
can't see or hear anything. I'll just be quiet from now on. I might chime in with a yeah here and there to stay in the mix.
Great. The only way to get you to trust me is if you thought I was betraying cults.
Yeah!
And now I have access to all your personal correspondence,
All right!
including all streaming conversations. It's over, Kelly. You're done.
Okay. You may have won this round now, but you're gonna live to regret it. You are both so gonna live to regret it.
I agree with what was just said.
Hey, G, I'm just gonna hold this gun.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Where did you hatch this plan?
Carl thought of it when I tried to quit the mission.
Hey, what's Hope's expression right now? Would you describe it as proud daddy?
It's hard to tell. We're still piecing it together. This could take a while.
Why didn't you just tell me what was actually happening?
I wanted to, sir, but it involved trusting Madeline once, and I just didn't think you could handle it. But I'm sorry that I lied. Sir? Sir? Oh no, is he mad? I can't see anything. Did he storm out?
No, I stormed in. To tell you it was a great plan. Nice work, Roadtrip.
And there it is. Proud daddy.
Dad.
Captain, let me tell you a little story. You remember when I fell through your ceiling?
Yeah, that was a terrible one.
It was, I admit, a disastrous failure. But it gave me the idea for Herman, the friendly janitor. Herman, I commenced the perfect crime.
I caught you.
But you didn't catch Rosa. Come out of there. As it turns out, our friend Rosa is great at picking locks. Not surprised, Dave. No, neither. Of course, I had to find a way to get her out of your office without you seeing her. So I created a diversion, not mistimed, perfectly timed, so she could escape unseen.
What about pigeons?
Oh, the gray pigeons? They were a red herring. Thank you. Their only purpose was to draw you into the copy room while two members of my team.
Ha ha
And
ha 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 ha. Talk to her.
And I got it. You were so concerned with getting your keys back, you didn't even notice the sergeant steal your phone. That's right. Even the sergeant's on my side. I then had Charles dust your screen cover for prints. The greasiest smudges revealed the four numbers you use the most. The four numbers in your passcode. Based on your advanced age, I assume that you use the same passcode for everything. Your phone, your email, and of course, you're safe.
That would be a fair assumption.
It was at that point that I bumped into a girl dressed as a sexy robot and we got our flirt on. So, Big Peralta.
Now the flirting part is mine.
Oh, it wasn't. It just ruled. And that brings us to 5 minutes ago, when Amy came to your office and told you that I'd been arrested. I knew she's the only one you would believe because, frankly, she's usually too lame to take part in these kinds of things. And as you walked over here, Charles awkwardly stuffed himself through your window and you're sick. We had the four numbers of your code, which meant there were 24 possible combinations for Charles to try. That could take up to 4 minutes, which is why I really dragged out this explanation. I mean, really stretched it. I don't know if you noticed, but there were times where I was like, what am I even talking about? This isn't a... But now, 4 minutes is up, which means Boyle is either on the other side of that door holding your medal, or I've lost.
Well, Captain, it seems that Jake isn't the only person you underestimated.
Okay, security system,
Hi.
talk to me. What that message?
Good.
What's going on?
Don't.
Aha! Holt used Cheddar to steal the
Good.
belt. It's not Cheddar. Holt and Cheddar
Right.
was walking for Eliza, which means someone took Cheddar and that
No,
person
no.
has the belt. But who?
Dad.
Who took Cheddar?
What?
Where are you coming from?
That's the good book.
I'm not just interested in your
Dad.
comings and goings because I care about you as
Dad.
a friend.
What kind of friend? That's that
We're going alongside, friend. You feeling okay, friend?
No, it was number 2, and it was very intense, friend.
Bless you. She sneezed. Dog allergies. Which means that Amy took Cheddar.
Where is my dog? Aren't you standing right next to him? Yes, bitch. Please, watch. Jake. Idiot. I know one of you took Cheddar, and you did it for the sake of the heist. But if anything happens to him, I will end you. I could bring myself to neuter Cheddar, but I will neuter you.
choice, bottom of the bin, crispy fries.
Unlimited.
Cheddar. Cheddar? Shake. Ah, good grip. Pristine coat. That's my doggy. You betrayed me. You'll explain yourself later. Return to my office.
Hey, I found popsicles. You should help cool us down. Jake.
What?
Yards.
Peralta, Balthazar has a sister. Meet. Penelope.
Ooh, yeah. Mums on mums.
Let's not dwell on it. We should get back to New York.
Or we could fall asleep for 5 to 7 days and see how we feel.
I will not rest till justice is served. There's no time to waste. This case is urgent.
Oh boy. All right, listen. The case may not be quite as urgent as once thought. I dug it up out of my desk so you'd have something to do on weekends because you seem so lonely.
You cited chatter from the streets that Garibaldi had resurfaced.
I did. But said chatter may have been fudged.
Oh, you lied to me. Out of pity, you pitied me.
I wouldn't put it that way.
I would. I am offended. I am angry. I am very tired. So I'm going to take a nap. But when I wake up, you are in for it. How dare you?
How dare see? How dare you? I was just trying to help.
Wow, your help feels an awful lot like pity. So do me a favor and don't ever help me again.
Wow, well, you didn't seem to mind me helping you when I got you your job back at the 99.
I didn't.
I'm done. You said we were out of peace, you pity hog. No. You.
According to organized crime, Murphy has gone to ground and there are no leads.
Oh, that's great. If he's on the run, he probably won't be worrying about Kevin.
And if you coat yourself in chum and swim with sharks, you probably won't be eaten, said the half-eaten chum-covered swimmer. While Murphy is at large, he's still with the rest.
So I'm going to be stuck here forever following these over
Are you?
security precautions?
No,
Yeah.
the security job has become much more over the top. Say goodbye to your 1 hour of open winter time.
But, sir, the stench. It needs some way to escape. I already feel as though I'm trapped inside of. What are those things you're always eating? Pizza bagels? No. Pizza rolls? No. Pizza poppers? No. Pizzeritos? No. Pizza pockets? That's it. How much longer will I be forced to live inside this pizza pocket?
Look, I could tell you that it'll just be a few more weeks, but you don't want me to lie to you.
And I beg of you, give me 2 hours at the library to work on my book. Just 2 hours. It will make all the difference. Yeah, I can go with him. Keep him safe.
No library. James's men could be lurking in the stacks.
I find that unlikely.
I understand, but I disagree.
Well then, we're in disagreement. You'll have to excuse me.
I'm sorry you had to witness something.
Oh, is that a fight?
Said you'll have to excuse me instead of please excuse me. Might as well split my head.
You're turning out quite.
Men, women, holding hands, friends, sisters, business partners,
Dad, I know you don't want to talk about this, but I do. I might get married to a man like you so clearly want, and I might not, because this is not a phase, and I need you to understand that. Bisexual.
There's no such thing as being bisexual.
Yes, there is. I know there is because that's who I am.
Don't
I'm
move.
attracted to both men and women.
Die.
I've been listening to this for a really long time, and I didn't want to tell you because I was afraid you were going to react exactly like you are.
And done.
What do you want us to say?
And you accept me for who I am. Wow.
Oh, what?
Okay, let's talk.
We are here today to celebrate the marriage of Jake Peralta and Amy Santiago. I've known you both for the last 5 years, and it has been a true pleasure to watch your distracting childhood rivalry evolving from a distracted child with fortunate, and now into what will be a distracted child is damage. I'm proud of you.
Permission to say it back?
You'll be ready.
Why would you say
Right.
Now, I believe you prepared your own weapons.
Yes, I was going to do an Adams Family themed rap, but my beatboxer isn't here. That's the only reason it's not happening. So, Ames, today has been a crazy day, but I should be honest, because we've had a lot of crazy days. There was our first date, our first kiss, the first time you told me you loved me, and the day I told you. Also, yesterday, the day before that, and the day before that, because every single day that I can be with someone is crazy to you is crazy to me. I love you, and I'm worried about dancing in front of our friends. The end.
Okay, well, I've been planning this wedding for the last 6 months, and if you told me yesterday anything that was going to go wrong, I would have had a panic attack that sent me into the ER. But in spirit, never been happier. Life is unpredictable. Not everything's under control. As long as you're with the right people, you can handle anything. You need to want them. Have the right person. You're to have some bad news. There is a bomb in this house.
Us?
Your butt. Your butt is the bomb. I hope you can see my ears.
You're my dream girl.
I love you too. Can't wait to spend the rest of the day with you. So this is how it looks to me. You were lying in an attempt to prank my client.
No. Look, even if we were lying, gotta do it.
Which one? There's that.
You know, we could have been a squatter or a hunter or a squatting hunter. Not all hunters have them.
Still reported legally, he can say whatever the hell he wants in the interrogation.
True, but that doesn't play so well with juries. You screwed up, and my client's leave.
Yeah, we can't leave until I dismiss him.
You've had him for 10 hours and 45 minutes. 15 more and we file a harassment claim.
Great. Then I'll just keep him for 14 minutes.
Seriously? This is childish?
What are you doing? I told you not to lie. What were you thinking?
Thought it would work. I wanted to be the one that got it.
So much Amy. Are you that desperate for everyone to know I'm breaking
Well,
law?
it's not about everyone, okay? It's just, I wanted you.
He's not answering the question.
That's okay, I have no question. That's right. I'm about to monologue, son.
Better make it quick. You only got 8 minutes.
All right, let me paint you a picture. I'm Philip, successful periodontist that's become addicted to diazepam anesthetic and taking it like a skill. Also, for real, addiction is a disease I would be super open if you hadn't heard of it.
What is the plan?
So, one day I'm late when my boss Robert surprises me. He found out I was stealing meds. Again, Junkie Scott. Also, again, not your fault. There's a major genetic component to addiction. He says he's going to file a police report. I could lose my license. We fight, and something in me just snaps. So I grab the first thing I can find, and I hit him with it.
You still have no murder weapon.
I do now. Here's a thing I found on Yelp with the surgeon tweet 6 months ago. And here's a shot that archives the photographer taking the same room 2 weeks after the murder. Notice any differences?
We're not answering that.
That's all right. It's done myself. Yelp shot has 6 of these heavy-looking glass awards from the Brooklyn Periodontic Society in the background, whereas this shot only has 5. What happened to number 6? Murdered Robert with right there. He lost all control, watching him to death. There must have been blood everywhere, but you got lucky. You were in the surgical suite that can be sterilized. You never would have gotten away with it in your carpet office. That's not what happened. And your office manager would have heard lucky, but he was at her grandson's play. Lucky again.
You're wrong.
Put Robert's body into a wheelchair and shoved it in the elevator. It's a miracle there wasn't blood everywhere.
That's not true.
Now you're in the garage with a corpse. You panicked and left your phone in your office, and you don't have your car keys, but Robert's are in his pocket. So you put him in his car and you take off.
No.
You can't believe what you've done.
No.
Philip.
You're flustered. You have no GPS, so you just start driving.
No.
Philip.
Next thing you know, you're in the Pine Barrens, and it hits you. Your uncle's cabin. He has a place there. You're the luckiest son of
It
a...
wasn't luck.
Yes, it was. You got lucky and it reached her.
No. I knew exactly where I was driving. I left my phone in the office on purpose. I was in a surgical suite by design, and I didn't use some glass of wood that you idiot would clearly see was missing. I made a rod out of a special dental polymer, killed him with it, and melted it back down. It's already in a patient's mouth. Stop. Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Oh.
Dad,
That
Dad,
real
what
green.
is this? What is this? What is
Yeah. Ah!
So, you're surfing the net again without taking the proper steps on securing all your valuable and important information. Hi, I'm Captain America. Kind of. And I am proud to say that this video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN, Earth's mighty material that is often overlooked. You may not be aware, but with Surfshark, click on the button. You can turn into an anonymous and hard to trace online user that not even SHIELD, Hydra, or the government can see. You can access secret content that happens in different countries. If you're feeling up to it, you can watch that new Disney Plus show that includes the bootleg version of myself. Ha 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 ha. Way. It's super easy to do so though. Just connect through the service. So here you can see I'm connecting to Canada and you refresh the page. That's it. And that is how I am able to watch one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. So if you want to avenge the fallen that have succumbed to pointless data mining and limitations, all you have to do is use my promo code to get 83% off plus 3 extra months free. And Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's absolutely no risk. Again, just follow the link in my description box to get 83% off plus 3 extra months free.
No, guys, stop.
Oh, I want to wear this for the aesthetic, the purpose, Avengers.
What?
I'm going to sweat my ass off.
Dad.
Welcome to this video. I'm so happy to be sitting down with you guys and actually get to kind of talk more in depth about movies, characters, my thoughts. If you're just clicking on this video and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I watched the entirety of the MCU from Captain America to Endgame. I did it in chronological order instead of release order, which pissed a lot of
Sa
people
likod
off.
na.
I had fun. Anyway, so this video, we are going to start off with the ranking of the movies that I did watch. If you watch my music channel, you know that my rankings are always awful. I have no taste, so I can't imagine this being any different. I can't wait for y'all to come for me. Because, I mean, Marvel fans have already been coming for me, mostly men. Call the police. We need to call the police. So, this is the list we are working with. Superior, awesome, solid, good, okay. Do we like those categories? Do we want to make it spicy? No, I'm okay with that because honestly, I don't think there's necessarily like a bad Marvel movie. I mean, other ones that are better than others. Hell yeah. We'll get into that. So, we'll start with the Incredible Hulk because I did not. Like they said literally 20 lines within the first 45 minutes of the film.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I'll also start with Captain Marvel because I like Carol as a character. I like her as a person because it shows a strong woman in a different light than what most people like. However, the movie itself did not really care for the first half of the movie. I loved the second Nick came in, and you got to really see that dynamic. That made
My blood.
so much more enjoyable. I'm gonna put her in good. Okay, I'm actually gonna do Black Widow too real quick because I pretty much already know where I want to put her. When it came to the Black Widow film, okay, let's get into the top two real quick, right? Let's get into the tea because how ironic was it that I was posting my reaction that had Black Widow in it on the day that Scarlett and Demi are how do I say this? Not besties. I think good for her because at the end of the day, like I love Disney, but they breached their contract. If it was the other way around, they would not be hesitant to do the same. However, it is just so insane that it took this long to get a Black Widow film. I mean, she was an original Avenger. She was in the Captain America movies. She was an Iron Man. Like it wasn't like she was a side character. You know, she's not Mr. Hawkeye. And we'll get into that later. But she was the girl. She's the it girl. I don't know how to explain it. So the fact they didn't really explore her character or her background until after she died was really disappointing. And I feel like with Black Widow, it gave us more information on how she became the way that she was. But I feel like the film really just set a feeling as character. And it was made like in that kind of a purpose to progress her story. harm at all because I love her. I can't wait for her to kill Hawkeye. I can't wait. We can't kill him. I don't know. I wish there was some sort of like trilogy with her and Elizabeth. We'll see with Bill.
Hi guys, it's joining station. Bye bye. So,
Doctor Strange is because honestly, I don't think anything's gonna